Well, ladies and gentlemen, Grant Gustin has been trending on Twitter because people are wising up to Ezra Miller. They realise he's bad for business. They don't want him in the role of the Flash, and there's an easy way to swap him out. It would also be Warner Brothers sticking to a precedent that they themselves set of removal. In fact, they haven't stuck to that already because Ezra Miller has done far worse than the likes of Johnny Depp, merely being accused of things and then losing a libel case. But that's fine. He can have his entire career ruined off the back of an accusation, whereas there can be video footage of Ezra Miller chokeslamming a woman, as well as, him being arrested for threatening to bury someone, as well as stealing their wallet, their passport, and then a restraining order being granted by a judge against him. So I thought this would be quite a comical look today, ladies and gents, because Grant Gustin trended on Twitter. And this all comes actually off the back of this, which was, again, ladies and gentlemen, Ezra Miller has prompted emergency Warner Brothers meetings about the star's future. Now, if you didn't know, I did a live stream regarding all of this last night. I live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday with various topics or Q&As and Hangouts. You really should join them. They're really good fun. And in that live stream, we broke this down. I'm going to go over it just ever so briefly today as a bit of a background, and then we'll look at what people are saying and the general vibe from DC fans and just movie fans alike, because it's not very favourable to the man. Also, ladies and gents, this represents our huge clown world that we live in, and if you want to support the channel, you can rock an awesome piece of merch, which is linked underneath the video, which is a Clown World merch. It's my merch. I don't really plug my merchandise that much, but please do grab it whilst you can. It's pretty damn cool design. You'll see it linked underneath the video from my Teespring store. But here we have it. This is a recent report from the Rolling Stones, and they have individuals, at Warner Brothers, unnamed sources, stating that basically, March 30th, Warner Brothers and DC executives held an emergency impromptu meeting to discuss Ezra Miller's future with the studio, following the Flash star's recent arrest for disorderly conduct and harassment, and of course, the restraining order being put against him. So according to a knowledgeable source, the consensus in the room was to hit pause on any future projects involving Miller, including possible appearances in the DC Extended Universe. Basically, we need to excommunicate him from the universe entirely because he's a bit of a joke at this point and he's a loose cannon. Now, it's not just that. I discussed in the stream last night how the studio has enabled this behaviour and validated this behaviour because we've heard information about his on-set behaviour. Now, an insider said that Miller had frequent meltdowns during production last year on The Flash, so they would have known that this is what he's like. But also, remember, Warner Brothers has been working with Ezra Miller since the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Right? So they know what he's like, and also, all that little thing called the Snyderverse, they would have been working with him on those films. They know he does this. They have continued to pay him mountains of money, like 7 figures, and that validates that behaviour. Now, apparently the insider stresses there was no yelling or violent outbursts. They did describe Miller as losing it. Ezra would get a thought in his head and say, "I don't know what I'm doing." Not good. Not good behaviour. Sounds like he's tweaking out. So, again, this is why Grant Gustin has been trending on Twitter, and it's gathering steam, it's gathering force, which is quite comical. I mean, the takes are hilarious. There's some great memes. So Ezra Miller has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons, and I will say, ladies and gents, mainstream media has actually been quite quiet on this. Now, the amount of hit pieces against Johnny Depp versus Ezra Miller, are laughable. The difference is just insane. But it appears their actions in Hawaii could be the straw that broke the camel's back. I mean, you would have thought, ladies and gents, choke slamming someone on video was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back. Choke slamming someone on video, pretty bad. It did go viral. You would have thought that was what did it, but no. Hawaii is what did it. Now, rumour has it the studio is planning to pause any upcoming projects involving the actor, leaving their future in the extended universe and Wizarding World very much in doubt. So there's no great surprise after Miller's recent arrest, and the restraining order. It's really important. A judge deemed him, deemed the case that much that they went, yeah, we'll grant this restraining order. And they've always proved to be something of a controversial figure thanks to a number of comments made in interviews over the years. I mean, he's a weird chap. It's pretty obvious he has problems. Whether it be, narcotic abuse or mental problems, it's pretty obvious he has problems. Now, of course, Miller has always been a divisive choice to play Barry Allen, so there are many fans out there getting excited by the possibility of them being replaced as a Scarlet Speedster after The Flash. And this is a perfect opportunity to do it. You've got a year until The Flash comes out, ladies and gents. You have a year until The Flash comes out. You don't even need him to be on set to do this, right? Do a reshoot. Reshoot the end of the movie. I'm sure in this film he's going to go through a Speed Force portal. I'm sure he is. So he goes through a Speed Force portal, and who turns up on the other side? Grant Gustin. Easy. Done. Problem solved. Ezra Miller, he's gone. Removed. Don't even have to ask him to turn up. Don't even have to pay him. Great. There you go. I've done it for you, Warner Brothers. Now, this has led to the small screen fastest man alive, Grant Gustin, trending worldwide on social media as fans share their support for him to make the leap to the DCEU and play this character. And ladies and gents as well, remember, at this point in time, CW is up for sale, so that does mean Grant Gustin's future as the Flash is in flux at this point in time. Now, the nature of the multiverse actually makes that entirely possible, like I've just said, and reshoots. So the Flash ending with Barry getting a new face, again, literally just what I said, with the Warner Brothers, I said this on the stream as well, would want to give that chance to Gustin as another matter, but he starred as this hero for nearly a decade now, and a quick look at Twitter proves he's an extremely popular choice. There's a lot of time between now and the Flash's release in theatres next June, so Warner Brothers might just be hoping this all blows over, which is what I think they're trying to do, is just go, well, if we don't say anything, everyone will forget this. This should be a story worth keeping an eye on, though, and this meme is hilarious. Grant Gustin to Ezra Miller and the Flash movie. Love it. Absolute gold. But yeah, Grant Gustin did trend on Twitter. Give it to Grant Gustin. Please God, that man is so good. He deserves better than a show with a $5 budget. Yeah, agreed. And not only that as well, remember, ladies and gents, this show's probably going to come to an end. He's going to be out of a job. Grant Gustin right now. Again, loads of people. Grant Gustin as a Flash. It will always be blah, blah, blah. Probably a good time to mention this. Grant Gustin would have been a much better DCEU Flash. It's time for Grant Gustin to also become the Flash of the DCEU. Basically, it's just that. Constant. The best time to make Grant Gustin the DCEU Flash was years ago. The second best time is now. I don't know whether Warner Brothers will do this. But, yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Grant Gustin finally nearing the end of his time as the Flash when fans start demanding he replace the guy in the film franchise. Oh, dear, oh dear. Dear, oh dear. But yeah, I mean, true. Everyone is saying, look, this is the obvious choice to replace Ezra Miller. The Flash TV show has had 8 seasons. Finish it. The stories are tired. Give him a chance at the movie. Yeah. And I mean, I remember a time when, TV shows would send off with a movie as well, whether it be a TV movie or otherwise. But, they don't do that anymore. But that is the general census. Again, replace him with Grant Gustin in The Flash. The Flash show might be ass, but Grant Gustin is a great actor. There you go. DC fans have taken to social media to demand the CW star Grant Gustin replace Ezra Miller. It'll be interesting. And they have met. There's a precedent for this as well. They've met. There was a crossover. So it's interesting. I don't know whether any of this will actually happen. But I mean, this is something, Cough, Grant Gustin isn't a literal psychopath. Cough, cough. Should have been DCEU Flash from the start. Cough, cough. Get him out of the TV show. Terrible writing. Cough, cough. But it'll be interesting to see what happens with this. I don't know, whether any of this will have anything, any sort of direct impact on Warner Brothers. A lot of studios think Twitter is real life. But the thing is there's, even in real life, loads of people, no one knows who Ezra Miller is. I do a video on Ezra Miller, they're like, who? Is he some new actor? He is a nobody. And I know he's got some fans, but he's a nobody. The people aren't looking forward to The Flash because of Ezra Miller. They're looking forward to The Flash because of Michael Keaton. So swap him out, get rid of him. He's a waste of space. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care.